All right, everyone. Time for our grand finale. Pepsiman, all cutscenes. Thank you all so much for reaching the generous donation incentive to have those cutscenes played. We did reach it, thanks to an anonymous hero who got us over the finish line just during the run previous to mine. And Billchamber is here to take us through. Pepsi Man, please let's have some fun. Take it away, Billchamber.
Thank you so much, Ali, and thank you to everyone who donated for the cutscene incentive. Billchamber, we're going to run all the cutscenes of Pepsiman to find out all the sweet Pepsi lore that's occurring. Um, this is a pretty fun game. It's pretty bonkers, so we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start the game. Those lovely PS1 FMVs. This was a game that came out in PS1 on PS1 only in Japan, so you'll hear English, but you'll see Japanese subtitles at the bottom. And here's the lore.
Pepsi Man, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi. And the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat. But it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
Of course Pepsi Man can do something. So we need to provide people with Pepsi, otherwise they're just going to riot. So there's going to be problems. So we get to stage 1 here. So I'm going to be doing a lot of dashing here. Normally in a casual run, you wouldn't do so much dashing. But you can see here, Pepsiman is kind of a runner-style game where you avoid a bunch of obstacles that come at you that can do things like that. So I've already messed up, so great start. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be actually avoiding the Pepsi. Because it actually counts out at the end. It is kind of Crash Bandicootish, just in terms of everything wants to murder you. So now it brings me to this trash can part of the level where the controls are actually inverted. Left and right are inverted here. So as I said, I'm avoiding the Pepsi because it will count out at the end of the level, so it would be a little slower the more Pepsi I have. Don't worry about these people's houses. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay, and there's a lot of trucks that don't know how to hold on to their cargo. So we can just slide right through those. And first level done. And we got to the vending machine. I guess we've provided Pepsi to people, so we're heroes. So casually, this game's very difficult. It definitely took me a long time to beat this game the first time. But everything always moves the same way, so it's just essentially a lot of memorization. But it's a very fun game to play casually. A little frustrating, but very fun. I know. He took a Pepsi out of the machine, which is kind of the opposite of what he should have been doing. I guess he put his hand toward it and went psh, so that filled up the vending machine. I think that's how Pepsi Man works. But you can see the second stage here starts to introduce gaps. And gaps are probably the #1 killer of Pepsi Man. If you fall in a gap, it's an immediate death. So try to avoid those as much as you can. And now we get to the Sonic Adventure 2 portion of the run here, where we're just skateboarding around. Again, I don't want to take a hit here because I will die. Normally, you have that Pepsi logo at the top left that shows your life meter. Normally, you've got about 3 hits or so before you die. But there are certain scenarios like this one where if I take a hit, I'm dead. So now we got one more furniture truck here. People are really bad truck drivers in this game. A lot of trucks in this game try to hurt you. And there we go. Stage 2 is done. There we go. So the basic layout of Pepsi Man is that there's 2 scenes in a stage, and then the third scene will be a quote-unquote boss stage. So you'll see here that the boss is going to be not this truck, which hits me, but a giant can of Pepsi. So you can see the third scene is always going to be inverted, and we kind of have to avoid running into stuff in order to not die to this can of Pepsi. So just like the first 2 levels, these obstacles that I'm running into here, they're always going to be in the same configuration. So again, it's just a lot of memorization. That's kind of why I can talk to this, because I know where the obstacles are going to be for the most part, and where the safe zones are. And you get to listen to the sweet tunes. Yeah, Pepsi is everything in this game. Pepsi is the thing that saves people. It's the thing that hurts Pepsi Man. It's the thing that saves Pepsi Man. I don't get it, but it's effervescent.
You're doing pretty good.
Thank you.
Have a Pepsi.
I will. I did today, actually.
Next stage.
Thank you. Have a Pepsi. This guy's voice is the best.
Pepsi Man! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are
The
extremely
movements.
exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them.
He's
in
kind of
time.
swimming.
Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsi Man?
Of course I can give something to revive them. Sweet, sweet Pepsi. Since I'm not on camera, let's say I am wearing my Pepsi Man suit. That's a great image for everybody. Alright, so now we're in New York, and you can see the streets are in some serious trouble here. People are rioting. There's no Pepsi, even though we're avoiding a lot of Pepsi that's in the streets. So now we're on a barrel here. Again, I have to avoid taking a hit, or else I die. At least the controls aren't inverted this time. Pepsi Man. Alright, so that part went pretty smooth. So now we get into the construction zone, and the construction zone gets pretty difficult. This game has pretty harsh difficulty spikes. Each stage just gets progressively more difficult. So now we have a lot of beams and a lot of gaps. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Nice. Oh, yes, Mike Butters. Yes, Mike Butters is fantastic. Seems like a very, very nice guy. I don't know if anyone here watches Angry Video Game Nerd, but Angry Video Game Nerd recently did an episode on Pepsi Man, and Mike Butters was actually on the episode. Seems like a pretty great dude. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him, unfortunately. So the next stage, every video game does have a sewer level, apparently. So this is Pepsi Man's. So again, a lot of dashing and ducking here. This part is pretty brutal for casual runners because you don't know where the safe zone is there, so everyone dies in that point the first time they play it. So soon we're going to be getting into a train station, because the sewers connect right to the train station for some reason, or the train tracks, I should say. So normally when you're running this game when you're playing this game casually, those trains would be a problem. But the dashes kind of throw the obstacles off timing and gradually changes the timing. So those trains, when you're running it like this, aren't really a problem for Pepsi Man. Now we just go through a train station. I'm gonna try not to hit people. Well, I'll hit that guy. Why not? So the rooftops can be a little tricky depending on your timing. Alright, that went pretty well. Oh, we're gonna save these people... Never mind. Yeah, for those in my chat, yes, if you go to twitch.tv/fleetfest, I have it in my subject line there. Please check them out and donate if you can. Thank you, Allie. So now we get to our second boss battle here, which is a red pizza truck. So again, this is just a lot of memorization. The obstacles are coming at us, and just going to avoid them and enjoy the sweet tunes. The great thing about this one is halfway through, you kind of just find this little safe zone here, and I really don't have to do much. Yes, this is also very Sonic Adventure 2 reminiscent. There was an evil truck in that one as well. Alright, and we're almost done. Boom. Alright, we're halfway done. Pretty smooth. So now we move on to our next great cutscene with Mike. Take it away, Mr. Butters. This is actually my favorite line that he says.
Pepsi for TV game.
Pepsi for TV game. Absolutely. Alright, so now this guy sounds kind of like Bob Ross. He's very calm. Pepsiman.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Of course we can. I love how Pepsiman always just kind of casually nods. Pepsiman always has an idea of what to do. Alright, so now we're in the desert. I believe this is Texas. So I'm going to do 4 dashes here in order to get this timing right, because getting hit by these trucks would be bad. And then I'm going to do 5 dashes here. Also have to avoid the tumbleweeds. Also, this music sounds like the TV show Sex and the City, kind of. Alright, so now we have a log truck. Some of them will bounce, some of them will roll, and we have to react accordingly. I hate when logs bounce, like in real life. There's just bouncing logs all over the place. They start coming at us a little faster, but it's not too difficult. Although now that I'm confident, watch me take a hit. Oh yeah. This Sex and the City loves talking about Pepsiman. They were big into Pepsiman. So these motorcycles here are trying to attack me, but we can mostly dash ahead of them. I'm jumping in order to not get hit by them, but after that first corridor, for some reason I don't have to do it. I can just keep dashing and they won't hit me. Although there will be a car coming at the end of this. That one I will have to avoid. So here it comes. And oh no! Giant Pepsi can. You just stay on the right side, you're fine. And now we are on the home stretch of this level here. Go through a car wash for some reason. And there we go. Stage 3, Scene 1 is done. That one's not too bad. The next one is where things really start to get difficult. I still have a very hard time with pretty much every level since after this one. They throw a lot of gaps and things at you, so we'll see how well it goes. But this is where the game starts to get very difficult. So you can see there's a lot of buffalo here that are mad. Don't know why. So we can stay to the left side here to avoid most of this. But this next sequence is where I've lost a lot of speedruns in this game. We're going to be on a barrel here and have to go across a lot of gaps. It's very easy to fall in these gaps, which would kill me. Also, I don't want to hit any of these cactuses or the buffalo, because it's instant death. This plank right there, nice, we got by it. That's always a sigh of relief for me. And now we're in the mines. Because a lot of video games have mine levels, too. So you can see there's a lot of stuff coming at me. I try to avoid the boulders most of all because those are one-hit kills. The minecarts would just hurt us a little bit. And you can see there are some gaps here as well. So they throw a lot at you in this level. I don't think these are the mines of Moria. That would be awesome, though. Ooh, I almost messed up there. But that's okay. As long as I don't fall down a gap, I'm pretty happy. Oh god, I'm taking hits now. The Pepsiman jinx is on. Oh no. The dreaded Pepsiman jinx. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, we made it. And we have saved this plane. Apparently there was a plane crash. And we have saved these people. The man on the right is flexing. He's very psyched about this. Pepsi helps plane crashes all the time. And now we go to my favorite boss, Wheel of Logs. I don't get how it works, but this is our boss. So this one's not too bad. It's just a lot of shimmying to the left, to the right. This one does throw a little bit at you, though, in terms of there will be some logs that jump. And so, if you jump at that point, you will get hurt. So in these kind of chaser levels that we're doing here, you generally have 3 hits before you die. And each hit will kind of move you back closer to the thing that wants to hurt you. So in these levels, getting hit would actually be very difficult because I would have less time to react to the logs that are emerging. So it's a little nerve-wracking taking hits here. But this one's not too bad to memorize. There we go. And one stage left to go. Pepsiman. Take it, Mike. Yeah, you can't run out of Pepsi. We can't have that.
Pepsi for pizza.
Yes. Of all the things he says, that's what I agree with the most. I love Pepsi and pizza. All right, last little intro cutscene here.
Pepsiman, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi.
Oh,
and
no.
we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
Pepsi Man is going to fix a computer. So Pepsi City looks pretty nice, although not right now. There's gonna be actually be people collapsed on the side of the road if you look carefully enough. Look at that. There's just corpses. So Pepsi City is brutal. This stage kind of throws everything at you, so definitely gonna be in focus mode for this part. So for this truck part, I just kind of stay on the left and jump if any come at me. There we go. Not bad. Alright. Dodge the vans. Nice. So now we get to another trash can part where the controls are inverted. Just people on the side of the road. I feel terrible for them. I'm going to try to fix the computer. Which has caused problems, apparently. Everyone's driving like a maniac. Trucks are jackknifing. Alright, so now the last part of the stage. A lot of gaps that can hurt you here. There we go. Made it through okay. Alright, so now we get the Pepsi headquarters, which apparently just consists of 3 vending machines of Pepsi. Yeah, I remember the Pepsi drought of 1982. It was a rough time. It was like the Second Depression. Alright, so the last scene here before the last boss battle. So this one is in a factory. This level is incredibly difficult. Casually, this took me a long time to beat the first time. So you can see there's a lot of conveyor belts that are moving us in different directions that we have to pay attention to. Yeah, the music in this is just fantastic. Alright. Gotta get past there. There we go. Alright. Smooth so far. Now we get into a pipe section. You can see lots of Pepsi on the sides there. I guess this is the brewing area? I don't know. Nope. Bill, come on. There we go. Don't fat baby this, Bill. Come on. Alright, there we go. Alright, that was smooth. Alright, so now the last portion here. This is where we turn to Johnny Quest and get our surfboard, I guess. This part's kind of brutal because it starts moving faster and faster. If you take one hit here, you're done. Well, not game over, but you die. So I'm going to Steve and Bob our way through this. Alright, nice. Made it through very smoothly. That was a good stage. Psh, you get a triple psh. And now Pepsi Man tech support has fixed the computer. I guess he's a hacker now? He can do anything. Alright, so now we have our last portion of the game here. We get one more chase stage. Pepsi Man feels good about what he's done. But, oh no, another can of Pepsi. And this is where they just wanted to take the sponsorship to a whole nother level. Pepsi Man's being chased by a Pepsi can, giving birth to tiny Pepsis in a city with buildings made of Pepsis, and also there's mailboxes of Pepsi. This is just sponsorship at its finest. Yep, so occasionally you'll see mailboxes on the sides here that have Pepsi logos on them. So this stage starts off pretty smooth, but you can see the Pepsi cans are starting to get faster. Oh, I'm sure you could mail Pepsi. Alright, time's gonna stop as soon as I lose control very shortly here. So, time. There we go. That is Pepsiman. We got a few cutscenes here to end us off. But that is the run. Pepsiman, very fun game. Pepsi for TV game.
You got it!
Yeah.
Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi! Pepsi, only my choice.
Only his choice. No one's forcing him to drink the Pepsi. He made the decision. So now we get our credits and then another short scene after that. Enjoy the tunes. Thank you guys. That was a pretty decent run. Look at the aftermath.
Pepsi is...
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Excuse me.
So my favorite part is he has to use the bathroom, apparently. I think he left his front door, so I don't know where he's going. Don't know if I want to know. That is a lot of recycling money. There we go. That is Pepsiman. Thank you very much for having me. I'm flattered to be the finale. Also, thank you to everyone who donated in order to get the cutscene incentive. Love supporting a good cause. And